Hello everyone, this is Vi. Checking out Basement Game. This is a game I've not played before. We're going to give it a playtest and see if we can give some useful feedback. I've got the game page open here. It says Basement Game, working title, a little game I'm making to learn programming, features, jumping, throwing boxes, enemies, bosses, and some other things. Goes on to list the controls. It looks like we have move, jump, grab and throw, use item, and pause. So I'm going to try out the gamepad. I've got an Xbox 360 controller here. We'll see how that works. Yeah, it looks like A is jump. Well, they say A, and I don't know what A means in this context because it's ambiguous depending on what controller you're using, but I'm sure we'll figure that out. So we've got jump, grab throw is on one button, and then use item, it says back, which is strange. I assume that's like the Xbox back button. Then pause is start. Yeah, so I mean, not completely unheard of, especially in like retro like 16-bit games and stuff to use. Like, what would be like the select button or something. But it's a little weird to use that. But let's go ahead and jump into this. I want to get rid of the overlay. I'm not seeing anything past the screen at the moment. It's in a little window here. I want to see if I can maybe... Oh, looks like the A button, for whatever reason, goes down to quit. It looks like the start button will advance in the menu here, so that's a little weird. I'm not sure why it does that. Full screen on, we want... Alright, we've got scale, aspect ratio, interesting. So let's go ahead and switch that on. Scale auto, sound effects volume is at 4, whatever this is. Apply settings back to title. So I guess I'm going to have to hit the start button. Yeah, so that the A button now is going to whatever this... For some reason when I press A, it jumps to there, but looks like start button. Alright, so let's make sure that still looks okay in the capture here. Okay, so this is not letting me switch windows for some reason. Alright, it is totally on top of everything, I guess. I just can't switch windows, which is a little weird because it's in, Oh, here, I'm gonna try... Oh, alright, now I can't get it to go out of full screen. Do I have to put this down? Okay, maybe I have to put that down. So yeah, it's a little bit weird because um, generally when you have a game that's using this kind of the borderless windowed mode for full screen, kind of the benefit of that is being able to, switch windows easily. That's like one of the main benefits of using that as opposed to the exclusive full screen mode. Um, I like having an exclusive full screen mode. I always like encourage people to put that in the game because it allows you to turn off VSync. You can get a little bit less input latency and also just more stable frames when it's in exclusive full screen mode. So it's nice to have, but for this, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm going to go ahead and jump back into this. Hopefully it looks okay in the capture because I can't really check that right now. So back to title. Go ahead and start game. We got slots, slot 1, 2, 3, delete back to title. And here we are. So we got the D-pad. There is audio. It's a little quiet. Let me check my levels here real quick. And looks like I can manage to do that. All right, it's just my own. All right, just the levels in my own ears there, so I can tell how loud everything is. Excuse me. So the thumbstick is not working. We got the D-pad, which hopefully should be fine. Looks like that's our jumping. So we have a variable jump height, and then I'm gonna guess that the left face button is going to be picking stuff up. Okay, so that's what that's. I like the little flashing, and then whoa. Okay, so it just throws it in a directly horizontal trajectory. If I can pronounce things. So interesting how that little pop-up isn't happening again. I guess the game assumes that it taught you enough and it doesn't have to show that again. Might be nice to keep that around a bit longer because sometimes people don't actually learn things. In the first case there, it was a little weird how I... Might have just been some D-pad weirdness with the Xbox D-pad here, but... All right. Yeah, it's a little weird how I fell off the first time, but I guess I can. Do I guess maybe because I have full health and this is a health thing, and I'm assuming the little dots in the upper left are the health, and maybe that's why I can't pick this up. A little confusing, but that's okay. Okay, so camera's a little weird. Let me. All right, I see how you're doing it here. Or do I? So I guess you have a dead zone that kind of shifts around, something like that, relative to the screen borders. Yeah, I can't say I really like that because you can see this effect like when I stop walking and start again, like the screen is doing this kind of jerky movement. Um, it's kind of almost defeating the purpose of having a dead zone, you know, because the purpose of a dead zone is to make sure that the camera isn't moving around more than it needs to, right? Which in this case works fine if I'm like just going back and forth like this, but as soon as I'm like doing this, it's like it's not accomplishing that goal at all anymore. So yeah, might suggest trying a different method of handling the camera. I'm gonna assume that this is gonna hurt, so I can't walk into this, but maybe I can. Okay. Um, yeah, so it felt kind of like I was going in slow motion when I'm bouncing off that. It looks like it takes control away from you for a while. Um, yeah, so it's a little floaty, but it seems pretty functional. Seems kind of forgiving, I guess. So I guess we're getting the health back now that apparently we only get 1 point of health from one of these potions. Alright, and I guess I can hold down and press... Oh, okay, I can hold down and press jump to go off the ladder, which is nice. One thing I did notice, or apparently I can just press jump at any point to go off the ladder. But one thing I did notice is if I'm holding up before I reach the ladder, it doesn't grab on. So I think that'd be nice. It was just something I intuitively tried to do. So I guess the game expects me to jump, and then once I'm in contact with the ladder, then press the up direction there. It looks like I can climb through here. So presumably I can go down here. Oh, okay, so I'm stuck down here now. Yeah, the camera feels like it's a little overeager to kind of move in a direction here. So can I... Oh, okay. Okay, so if I'm standing on this, I can't pick it up with the button, but if I crouch and then press the button, then I can. Oh, looks like I can also just walk through these from the side. So that's kind of interesting. I think maybe growing up with the old Super Mario Brothers 2 and the way that that worked kind of trains me to expect that maybe I could pick this up just standing on top of it and pressing the button rather than pressing down, but I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with having to press down and do that. Interesting. So I don't know if I could get up there if I didn't. No, it looks like I can't quite jump high enough unless I can do like a... Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing, so I guess I can do a little slidey thing here. I can also spam that. But I was thinking, you know, once my brain switched over to the Super Mario Brothers 2, they have that super jump where if you crouch for a few seconds, then you can press jump. But it looks like we have a little slide. I'm noticing... Alright, I gotta remember that this goes directly horizontal. It doesn't have any gravity to it. So one thing I do notice is it's easy to like not jump quite high enough to get on these. Like if you're trying to play fast, obviously if you have all the time in the world, you can get on top of this. It's not a problem. But if you're trying to play fast and there's this enemy flying around in here and you want to like quickly jump up here and grab it and throw it and you know, do all these actions really quickly, it's really easy to like not quite get up there, and it's kind of annoying the way you just kind of walk through it instead of getting on top of it the way you want to. And what could cause that? I guess something about the jumping. So in a lot of cases, the way that you kind of just stop going upwards instantly after you let off the jump is probably fine. But given, you know, this kind of thing, I think it might be a little nicer if you just kind of had a little bit more of like upward inertia that remains there after you let off the button. So you still go up a little bit higher. You know, that might just kind of naturally remove this sort of issue because of the way that the height of the boxes work and stuff, and the how long people might tend to press the button and that kind of thing. It might just kind of naturally work out if you have that kind of change. I did notice I kind of wish that I guess when I started trying to play fast, it made me wish that I could pick that up without pressing down, like I mentioned earlier, but I guess it's just something to get used to. So is this a switch of some kind? Apparently yes. Okay, so it kind of blends in a bit, it's this blue on blue. I think especially something that important, you probably want to make it stand out a bit more. I don't know what this is. If I just throw this into the spikes, I don't know what happens. Okay, so that just blows up and another one comes out. Okay, so again, there's a thing up here that is not as important to see, I guess, but might be nice to have that distinguished from the rest of the environment rather than using the same colors. Yeah, I wonder why this has gravity while the other things just went straight horizontal. That's interesting. Also, what is this orb? Because I never... Oh, another one comes out. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, probably would have been a good idea to teach the player that they can do this at some point. It wasn't mentioned on the game page or anything, so just something to keep in mind. But I guess can I throw this like upwards? Oh, I think it went higher. Did it just go on a higher arc? I think it just went on a higher arc. Alright, so you can throw it a little higher. If I... Oh! Oh, right, I forgot about it. I think it mentioned aiming on the game page. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Interesting. So if I hit that's gonna blow it up, right? And then... Oh, so the button stays depressed. Does that mean... I don't think I can get on a ladder while I'm holding this, right? Do I need this for something? It's interesting. I like being able to see the arc like that. It seems pretty easy to aim and everything. That was goofy. Whoa, okay. So I was fairly confident I could just jump back without issue, but apparently like I just don't have quite enough jump height. That's something you have to be a little careful about because I wonder what this is. Is this some kind of a checkpoint? Or is that where I originally started? I think I started like here, didn't I? I don't know. But yeah, in my opinion, I think having a platformer where you have these situations where like you try to make a jump and you're just like pixels away from making it, like your character just doesn't have quite enough height to get on it. Like you can even see it right here, I think. Let's get rid of that. So I know that I can stand on this, and it looks like I might just be able to jump on top of it, but it's like my jump height is just barely too low. So when you have this kind of thing, there you go. In my opinion, it's not very good because it's like misleading to the player. I think it's better to design your levels in a way that it's clear whether or not you can jump onto something, because otherwise it's like it just makes the player feel like they can maybe do it, and then they like keep trying to do it, and maybe they get annoyed, or other bad situations can happen, like I guess what happened before where I just didn't think and just kind of jumped into the spikes because it was like it just seemed obvious to me that I could just jump back that way. So something to keep in mind. It's more of a level design sort of thing. I guess I shouldn't have picked this up. Now I wonder... Oh. Okay, so this is completely different aiming because it just goes linearly. I didn't even consider that before. Oh, it bounces. Interesting. Okay, so that'll just come back. It might be nice if there's a button to just like drop what you're holding without like destroying it by throwing it. That seems like it'd be useful. I don't know what this circle thing is. Is this like a receptacle of some kind? Like something that's supposed to go in there? Oh. So maybe something goes in there and then you hit the switch and it kind of like activates it. Let's say that's what that means. I guess, I don't know, should I go over here? Yeah, so at the moment there's not really any seemingly like directionality to the layout in terms of like where I should go. It's sort of like you could just pick a direction. I can go to the left or I can go down here. If I go down there, I can't get back up immediately. Um, so yeah, I mean, it can be nice to have a little bit of something to kind of suggest a way to go. There are some games, especially some of these classic games, which kind of you could get away with going, you know, giving the player multiple ways to go because there were just like multiple orders in which they could accomplish different things in the game. Sort of a retro, like pretty old school way to make games. I generally prefer the game kind of suggests a path to you a little bit more, but that might be more of a preference. I mean, obviously there's cases where it can be a problem if there is an actual order in which you're meant to do things, and then that, you know, the game kind of needs to suggest something. So I don't actually know what's going on here. Like maybe I can't do anything here right now. I can't really make sense of what I'm looking at. I don't know what that box is. I mean, above it kind of looks like a door. Um, and I don't believe that I can make any jumps onto any of these platforms. I could maybe carry something over there and then throw it, but probably not like do anything other than like kill that guy up there or something. So I guess we're supposed to go down here maybe? There's a little bit of a delay. I noticed you have kind of this wind up animation when you go to throw the thing. Oh, so that spawns another box. Okay. I would also okay. Okay. So I guess the fact that it's throwing on button release is why there's a little bit of a delay there. And so that does make sense. I guess I don't think there's another way you can do it. Interesting how this spits out a fire. Oh, it is blowing up. Okay. Yeah, I mean, ideally it might be nice if it throws like the moment you press the button kind of thing, but you can't really do that and also have this aiming. So that makes sense. I guess we're back here. That was a button. The button apparently has already been pressed, so I don't know. That probably wasn't a reason to do what I just did. I don't know if I need this. What am I looking at? Okay. I don't know what that meant. Oh, okay. I can hold down and jump to do that. So I guess I'm standing on this depress switch and it's kind of indicating what it does or something. I don't know why it's showing an arrow over here. Not really sure. Pretty easy to fall off once you're up here. I guess that camera moving around doesn't really help. There's no... Let's get rid of him. There's no inertia on the movement, which I actually appreciate because I think people do too much inertia. And you know, some games like the Mega Man games and stuff didn't have any inertia, and I think that can be nice. But you do have to be careful when you have little narrow things to stand on like this, because if you don't have any inertia, it kind of makes it easy to just accidentally walk off the edge. Because that's one of the things that you get from inertia is you can move more slowly if you want to, and you can kind of inch close to the edge of something without risking falling off. So that's, again, wow, okay. That ends up being more of a level design kind of thing, if you're happy with the way the movement works. So that can't really go straight up here. Oh, is that going to... I do like how you don't take damage if you run into these from the side. But it looks like I can't jump up high enough there anyway, so we're going to go up this way. That guy's kind of annoying, but I think we'll be okay without, like, bothering to go grab a box. That was kind of bad. I should have taken my time there. So that was a situation. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I just pressed up too early, and therefore didn't grab the thing. Because it's one of these things. You know, so many games do this, and sometimes you just expect it to work a certain way. So I probably just pressed up too early. So again, that just goes down to what I said earlier, where it probably just worked better if it worked. If you were holding up before you ran into it, and it would still grab on. Interesting how if I hold up here, it kind of stops right here. It kind of doesn't really feel right in a certain sense, but I guess there's some thought behind that. Probably. More health. I don't know where I am or what I'm doing for that matter. It can be nice to present the player with some kind of a goal. Just so they don't feel like they're just wandering aimlessly, you know, that can help. Now this is purple. So I guess the purple just explodes and then the red orb thing actually spits fireballs. So whatever this is, it's locked. I can't really make out what that's meant to be. Whoa, did that just blow a chunk in the level? Or is that just cosmetic? Whoa. Whoa, okay. Alright, so this is kind of doing this funny business with the camera, you see, where it's kind of jumping back to the other screen, but I can't actually get up there. It's a bit annoying, but you probably don't want it to work that way. Which is a little tricky, because it seems like you tuned the jump height just so that it makes that possible, or whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure. That seemed like something that maybe people could miss, like not realize that was oh my gosh, that was a thing that they could do. I'm just trying to throw it at the guy, and I guess I have to be more deliberate here. So that was mildly annoying. At least it didn't kill me, but I'm pretty close to it here. I don't know if I need this for some reason, but here we are. Now I wonder, does that account for the size of the collider? I guess it does. Maybe. That's fun. So yeah, I guess now below me there's a purple thing. I don't know if I should, like, is the purple some kind of a code for the fact that I need one of these, because this is purple. I guess it's a different color purple, so maybe not. Yeah, I don't really know what some of these objects are that I'm looking at here in the environment, so I don't know. Can I jump across? I don't think I can jump across there, can I? I can. Okay, so this is kind of going back to what I said before about like making what you can and can't do with your character's abilities pretty obvious, like specifically when it comes to jumping. So before I was talking about like having something that's just out of reach, but it looks like you might be able to jump to it. In this case, you have something that's in reach, but it looks like you probably can't jump to it, or you're not really certain of it. So this is another thing. Again, it comes down to level design, where I would suggest making it more obvious that this is a makeable jump, instead of just going to the very edge of the character's abilities there, because it just if it's not so obvious, the player can get really mixed up, because they're trying to understand what the game is suggesting to them, and they might not understand that the game wants them to make this jump, you know. I don't think I need this purple thing. Just like randomly opened up that hole. It's confusing. I don't really understand the thought process there. It seems more like what you do for a secret rather than progressing in the game, I guess. I don't know. But I really don't know what I'm looking at here. I guess. Wait, where exactly am I? I guess this. I'm pretty sure this is where I fell down before, but I went to the left. I guess I didn't try going to the right. I don't really remember properly, but I think that's true. Interesting how I can't actually get on top of this one. Or that one, I guess. That's funny. I don't know what's going on with the stuff over there, but try going up here. I guess that's a switch. So maybe it's trying to... I don't know, the arrow is trying to indicate something. I guess maybe that's off, like outside of this screen. I really don't know. Now it's, whoa, now there's another arrow because I hit the switch. Okay, it's still there. Did I just not notice that arrow before? I don't think. I'm pretty sure that appeared after after I flipped this red switch, but I honestly don't have any idea what's going on here. Or like what this red switch is doing or what this one's doing. I don't know. I guess we go back because there's nothing else I can do. Oh. Uh-huh. So if I press jump and then if I press and hold jump and then press and hold up too early, it makes me fall down like this. So this seems kind of like a bug. Like presumably there's some other reason that was programmed in there, but I don't think that particular effect was intentional. Okay, so before I climbed down here and I just fell. Now there's a ladder. I just now realized that's something that's pretty easy to miss. Like it's easy for a player to just not realize that something has changed in here unless you like actually go out of your way to make sure that they know. So one thing that you can do, I guess, is like wait until the player walks over here to make that appear. Like just have like an animation, so like they walk over here, and it could just like go down segment by segment or something, like and just roll down here while it's on the screen. That's something that works. But I don't know what else am I meant to do. I don't think anything has changed over here. Let me go over here because I don't think I did this before. So I can do this. Can I like... Oh, okay. So that's a thing, but I can't... Once I get in there, I can't do anything except slide back the other direction. Oh, okay. Wait. It's locked. Okay, so I'm thinking this is a door now because it kind of resembles a door. I guess I couldn't really understand what I'm looking at before. I'm guessing that's a door, and I'm guessing that was not the intended way to get through here. Like maybe I was meant to come through wherever this door comes from to get in here, and then like go out this way or something. Instead of what I did, that seemed very janky and unintended. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I guess this is a new area. One of these has opened. Looks like we have different colored things that open. I don't know, maybe when I trigger the bits of this triangle here, the different colored things here. And it looks like there's nothing else for me to do here until I do so, so I guess I just go back. Camera's doing some weird stuff. I guess you have a different type of camera right here. And it starts doing some of this kind of jerkiness when it transitions. I don't know. I guess so this is still locked. Oh, there's a button here. Now, what happened that I remember being here before, but did I just not come up here? What happened? Did I die when I was up here? Or was this like blocked off? I don't know why I wouldn't have done this already. So I don't remember. I just that's all it is. I just simply don't remember. But for some reason I didn't get that until now. But I guess that's going to trigger all of the blue things. So I just need to find one more switch. Now there was another. I hit at least 3 of these switches, which is kind of weird because. Oh, so that's the thing. So for these colored door things that I'm supposed to be getting, there's 3 of them with different colors. It seems like the way I've been triggering them is all of these switches, but it seems like I've hit more than 3 of these switches, so I'm assuming some of these switches don't trigger these kinds of doors, which is a little weird because it's kind of inconsistent. So if I find a switch like this, I don't really know if it's going to be one of these like all important like game progressing switches, or if it's going to be something else. I'm not sure if I've got that right or not, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like would kind of expect that this would be sort of somehow a special sort of switch that I could tell was like, oh, that's what I need to trigger to complete the game, sort of thing. Right, oh, might be useful. Okay, so I can't like keep jumping on that infinitely. I definitely have to jump to a different one. That's okay. Got a purple thing here. Now I don't think. How does this work if I'm just standing? Okay, so if I'm just standing on that, I can pick it up still. I didn't realize that. That was the way that worked. I don't know that I need this. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm not really sure what's going on because according to the symbol thing here, I've only activated 2 of these things now. So even though over here I activated these these door things that look the same as the things in that corner room where there was 3 different colored sets of doors, these looked like the blue ones that were there, so I assumed that when I triggered this and it opened these, that it would open the one there too. But I also assumed that it would have lit this thing up here. So I'm not really sure, like, what's going on with that stuff. I can only assume that there's just some inconsistencies going on here. And okay, that was very unexpected. Now, what? Okay, so I'm guessing there was just a trigger point. That was too bad. Oh gosh, nah, I don't like that coming at me from off the screen like that. Yeah, you should probably have that not shoot unless it's at least close to the edge of the screen. I don't know. Like it's a little far off the screen if you're doing this kind of thing, and like you're not gonna expect that's coming. You know, and you make that jump and then all of a sudden you just run into a bullet, and it's kind of annoying. All right, so yeah, presumably we just have a thing here for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why it does this. Can I go through here? I can't. Okay, that'll kill me. But yeah, so the fact that just blew up when I walked into it, I'm assuming just because there's a collider there that's meant to trigger when you throw this into there. But I don't think you want it to just detonate when the player just walks into it like that, because that was kind of bonkers to die from something that unexpected. So maybe something worth fixing. Nevertheless, okay, I guess I have to do this again because I don't know, I kind of expected that to be a permanent change, you know? Oh gosh, darn it. Shoot. Alright. Oh my gosh, come on. That is pretty annoying. So that's like the second time that's happened where I just wanted to chuck it and I was like, there's a ceiling above me and it just blew me up instead. Um, you might want to do something about that. I don't know what exactly, but just try and prevent that from happening. It's pretty annoying. Now, what is that thing up here? Is that a thing I should care about? Oh, what the heck? Is this a battery? Oh, it's like a battery. Okay. So this before I didn't even see that was up there in the corner. So I think you might want to make some of this a little bit more clear. You know, make stuff stand out more, especially if it's important to. Oh my gosh, really? All right. I guess I'm not supposed to touch the top of the battery. I assume that's what happened, or either that or I touched the thing in the wall, but I think it was the battery. So that's a bit annoying. You know, I have to redo everything because of like weird stuff that was just unexpected. Alright, missed the jump. Okay, so that's a good time to talk about, you may have heard the term coyote time, or sometimes it's called ledge forgiveness. So it's the idea that like a few frames after you walk off a ledge, you can press jump and it'll still jump as if you were on the ledge. It's a really good thing to have in a platformer, and it feels like that's not in place here. Just helps the game feel a lot, so you don't get people, because usually like they try to aim for the very last pixel or whatever before they press jump, so it's really easy to overshoot that by a pixel or two, and it just kind of feels bad that you end up getting punished for it. So definitely nice to have. Get rid of you, get this thing. Oh gosh, not again. Alright, and the health is kind of at a premium here too. There's quite a limited amount of these. Alright, I don't need that. A limited amount of these health items. So yeah, I missed that at first, this thing up here, this battery or whatever that was hanging out there, and I also I didn't real once I saw it, I didn't realize it was a thing that you could pick up, so I kind of just accidentally got that. So that, in my opinion, that's something that'd be really easy for a player to not only not notice in the first place, but maybe not even realize that was something to pick up. Um, and even after that point, they might not think that it's supposed to go through the electricity. You know, they might not recognize what it was meant to be because the art's not necessarily that clear what it's trying to do. Wait. Oh, okay. I picked up the wrong one. Let's get that health. Alright, this would be a time where it'd be nice if I could just drop it. I guess that I guess that works. Okay. So there was a place. Oh, my jumping is different when I'm holding something. It's a little shorter. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that goes right here. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't do that. Okay. That's not cool. So I don't I don't want to end up dying because of that, because I walked up to this and pressed the button. That's like the most obvious thing that you would do. It's just to walk up to the point of collision and press the button to throw it. So yeah, honestly, in my opinion, I would just get rid of the fact that the thing hurts you at all, because that's just awkward. I don't think that's like adding anything to the game. And yeah, I would kind of play the collision on this so that it would be a bit less particular. So it would just kind of shove itself into there if you get it close, rather than having to throw it just right into the hole there. So we got this going. I don't know what it's doing, apart from this, obviously. We got this big block here. Can't pick that up. Yeah, I have no idea what the purpose of this is. Maybe I go back to where that switch is over there to the right and try that again. I don't know why it would, like, there's nothing here to really indicate that it would like work now, but oh, I guess there, okay, so maybe there's in the background here there's like a little conduit sort of wire or whatever that looks like it's in the wall. It kind of might be suggesting it's attached to this, which is like, okay, you know, I see it, but it's like it's such a part of the background that I wouldn't expect that people would necessarily notice that. I mean, obviously I did, but I did kind of sit here and talk for quite a while. Like if I was playing more casually, I probably wouldn't have spent as much time standing right here talking, you know. I probably would have left already. Um, so something to keep in mind. There's a lot of things that probably a good chance of players just missing. I don't think you can't jump off of this, but I wonder if you can, like, yeah, okay, I can get over here. Don't know how big my collider is. So there's a purple thing. It kind of looks like a chest or something over here. Oh, it just occurs to me. I think I can do it this way. All right, so I can't actually, I can't like go behind the wall or anything right there. I didn't realize before, but you can pick these up. So I don't know, maybe, actually now that I think of it, oh shoot, I was trying to walk forward and duck under that, but it didn't work out that way. So that guy's annoying. Guess I got him. So I think there's an explodey thing over here that maybe I could drag over there. Maybe it'll open up to that. What sort of look like a chest of sorts. I haven't gotten to any of those yet. Jump. So do we throw it on this side, or like I can't go down the ladder with this, so I have to try this side. Okay, that did nothing. All right. So it seems like you might be able to get in like this way, but like once I'm here, I can't do anything. So I don't understand why that's enclosed in there. Like the only thing I've seen so far in the game that would like open up a wall is that exploding thing. So I don't know, but I just heard my furnace turn on, so I apologize if you hear any weird noise in the recording. It is November. Ah, now the switch works. Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's a little conduit thing in the background, but in my opinion, it's not really enough to make it clear to the player. It's possible to figure out. Obviously, I did, but stuff you have to be careful about. I mean, if you have 100 people play it and they all figure it out, then you're good. But I would suspect it'd be pretty easy for somebody to miss some of these things at least. Now, what is this accomplished by coming over here? I don't know. I don't know what this is about. I did the switch. Am I supposed to bring something over here? I can get an explodey thing from up there. And I obviously, oh no, not helpful. This will blow up as soon as I throw it, so I can't like toss it. I can't like toss it through here and then go pick it up on the other side or whatever. And I'm pretty sure it blows up if I walk into there. Obviously, I also only have one HP left, so hopefully that's not a solution. I'm not sure what. I can take this out again for some reason. Yeah, I really have no idea what I'm supposed to do at this point. Are you getting some jerkiness? Which is the kind of thing. I'm not sure if it showed up in the capture or not. Sometimes you get a little bit of frame instability from just simply being um, in the borderless windowed mode. So yeah, like I said before, it's a little weird to hit a switch that opens up these blue things, but not everywhere. I don't really get what the idea is with this stuff. Oh, apparently I can just jump up here. Okay. Yeah, alright, so I didn't have to do this. Um, wait. Oh, now it is working, okay. Yeah, okay, so apparently I could have just held jump and gotten up here. So this might be another case of the situation I mentioned before where it's just not necessarily obvious that you can quite make that jump. So I just didn't even think of doing it that way. And yeah, it took me a little bit to realize that you can kind of pick things up by walking into them, as opposed to having to stand on top of them and then pick them up. Wait. Oh, I picked it up after I threw it? Oh. That's cool. Is that intended? Like, you could do some cool stuff that way, I guess, like fighting enemies. So yeah, apparently you were supposed to to get there from here, but the doors are still locked. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do here. This is still whatever. Oh, I can't. Okay, so if I'm standing in the corner, apparently I can't pick up the box. I have to stand a little bit inwards, so it might be something you might want to polish out. Really blew him up. Oh, oops. My finger slipped off the D-pad. I don't know if you heard that. So I got hit by the other one. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I also don't know why this laser is even here. To blow that up? Like, for what purpose? And for that matter, like, what even is this thing? I guess it's just the thing that doesn't break when you throw it. So yes, that's useful. Oh, never mind, it breaks on the spikes. I was gonna say you could throw it on here and use it as a platform, but I guess you can't. So like, I don't know. I don't know what to do now. Oh, apparently you don't want it. That's like a troll switch. So if you flip that, it just shoots a laser at you. Except I didn't land on it properly. Interesting. So this is now closed up again. So I'm curious why this particular bit doesn't like save after I do it, because that seems like it, like other changes that I've accomplished have been kind of permanent. Apparently the battery is gone too. Yeah, so like for instance, this ladder is still here. So some of the changes I've caused in the world here have been more permanent, and they've been kind of saved when I died. But for whatever reason, this part isn't. I don't know if that was an oversight or intentional, but it feels weird to me. Not to mention it's a bit annoying because I have to go through all of that process again to to do the same thing, which is just time consuming. It's just doing something I've already done before. Um, so I prefer not to have to do that every time I die. But I might have to wrap this up simply due to the fact that I don't know what else to do. So that's probably a good stopping point. Okay, this is all right. Yeah, the way that the holding the item affects your jumping, it makes this getting over these spikes a little bit iffy. I guess it wants you to. Oh, I think some of these items are more heavy than the others or something. So it's a little unexpected. You don't necessarily expect your controls to be affected that way. And suddenly they are, and yeah, I don't really like how it seemed like I kind of did what I was supposed to, but maybe I was supposed to like come down here and then do the jump like this. But yeah, I fell into those spikes. It's kind of annoying, and I have to go back and do this again. I assume that this doesn't do anything up here, right? Phew, alright. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm doing this again, but I'll probably go ahead and wrap this up. Yeah, I don't know if I like the fact that your controls are, oh my gosh. Your controls are affected so much, but there we go. We got this going. The block goes the other way. And we can flip it around. Are you supposed to? Okay, I mean, it occurs to me maybe if the block goes the other way, then I can like stand on the block and try and jump like through this purple platform up here. That seems very weird, but not impossible. Let's just try that real quick. How do we get over there? Not this way. So like all the way up to the top and then down a little bit. There we go. So one thing is a bit weird you might have noticed. Yeah, this is impossible. I'm assuming that there's like a right way that you want that switch to go. Whether you want this going to the left or to the right. But of course, it's possible, as you can see out in my play here, it's possible to kind of come over here before you figure all this out, which means that you don't necessarily know which way that this is going to have been switched when the player encounters it. So, assuming that you want this one way or the other, the player might already have it in the right way when they get to this point, and then they might say like, I don't know what to do, but I noticed that switch, and they might go and like flip it the other way, the quote unquote wrong way, and then they might be confused at that point. You know, I don't even know how this is supposed to work, so maybe that doesn't end up being relevant in the final solution here, but I don't understand. Like, it at least occurred to me that maybe I had to go back the other way because of that reason, because I had like fiddled it back and forth before, so I don't know what the initial state was anymore. So, anyways, oh, okay, so maybe, no, I guess I can't. So I had the idea before about bringing an explosive thing over here. I mean, I can see, right, there's a few little pixels on this block right here that kind of could be interpreted as like cracks. So it makes me think, maybe you could just blow that up, and that's the way through here. Of course, once you're in like this section, it doesn't look like there's anywhere else you could go in there either. So I don't know what that deal is, but I do notice there's little crack-like things there that aren't like. I guess there's a couple of them elsewhere in the environment, but for the most part, they're not there. So I'm hoping that's not actually relevant to anything, because again, it's just such a very tiny detail. It doesn't really stand out at all. Looks like there's some cracks down here too. Yeah, so hopefully that's purely cosmetic. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do here. So, yeah, feel free to let me know like what I didn't figure out here. But hopefully this was a useful playtest for you. Obviously this is like pretty well developed so far, and there's a lot of positive elements here. In general, the game plays kind of as you would expect it. Just a few little details like the way the ladders work and stuff that aren't necessarily intuitive, and in my opinion, would work better if that was kind of fixed up. Now, I believe you can't go through these areas while holding anything. So yeah, hopefully this was useful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.